Right, I actually made there's always some good cases to test on, and I also got I made a concept for a magazine called Euroman in the 80s and some perfume flacons. And when I was in London, I was presented to a magazine called George, and I was assigned Clinton. I actually, sorry, I actually asked the Clintons if they would support an attempt to try and make peace in Northern Ireland. And they said yes, but they also said we might forget you in Washington, kind of thing. So basically, I was in London assignment in my own project, and I was presented to the magazine George by Junior Kennedy's assistant. And I didn't know her, and I didn't know that the magazine was being for real. So it actually turned out a little awkward because I didn't know that she knew me. I just thought she was somebody working for a magazine. I didn't know. So, and I felt a little bit sorry that I wasn't more attending what was going on with the magazines. But at the same time, I had lost control over the magazine Denmark still has, and the perfume designs, and the royalties, and the money that I earn is stolen, right? So basically, I was living from day to day working at peace process, because when you're working in this field I do, we live under strange, sometimes you're in some sort of military, sometimes you're at the hospital, sometimes you live poor, traveling, sometimes you're waiting somewhere, it's never really, you don't have a real home address in that context, right? Another thing, I don't have time for spending years in a court system, especially not in Europe, because it's so slow, and the police don't help anything. So anyway, I was investigating a little around the Kennedy, the air crash, but also previous the president murder, because everybody train sometimes to, if they can lay in a new angle or something, and there was a new released material which I've been looking at. But I also think that Junior Kennedy, some of the videos is a little bit frightening. I think that when he was a boy, I noticed that he had a sort of spasm that probably is if birth, and I also noticed that there was a sort of hands-on that I didn't like, and I felt also when I was a child, I felt very sad for him, and I felt very protective, and I think I still have this. I felt that he was endangered. So, and when I replay the videos, I now know that I was right. There's something wrong. Meaning that it's possible that things turn up to be too difficult. Another thing is that I think it's difficult to, when people are this kind of famous, to get realistic about what's going on. How much did the media implicate accidents or killings? Because I looked into Anna Beaumont case, which is my inside know-how, and I think that the knowledge I got from that is that the media would do strange, very criminal things to get their high number sale of newspapers and TV. In the Anna Beaumont case, the 3 children disappearing in Australia, I'm pretty sure that the organization around it included police, corruption, media people, photograph. I even think I actually narrowed down the photograph that took off. So, and I think there's maybe even a ship involved and stuff. So basically, I think we underestimate what the media can do of crimes because we don't think they do it. Also, I'm thinking about Diana's crash. is a sort of genius, if you look at it that way, a genius thing, as well as if you look at criminals that have been famous, that people still discussing. It like they're almost like press myth, right? So I think that if they got like the media often kind of find some kind of story that I was assigned of Natasha Campus case. I was the leader on the case and I was the operational. So why did the media make a film and a book and made it a big number, even that it didn't serve anything? And at the same time, they knew I didn't get paid. So I'm actually living under a sort of imprisonment of the media. They are stolen royalty for film and text work. They are copy market. They don't pay. They don't give the information to the government as just affairs, and they keep on doing it. So, do we have a democratic-led government and in this country a royal house, or do we all belong under the media and the royal house media? Is that the truth, that we don't have a justice system and we don't have a democratically government because we only have the press?